Good evening, Matthew.
Um, Jay, it's it's afternoon right now.
I was just kidding.
Nice. All right. Yeah, I can appreciate that.
Just a little joke to spice up your morning.
Ay. How layered can this get?
Of course, this is up close and personal, peeps. Shall we begin?
Let's boogie.
We started this podcast, Up Close and Personal, 2.5 years ago with one simple goal.
To create an experience for people who don't have access to comedy or humor in their everyday lives.
That's right. For people with funny friends, there's no need to watch TV or movies, read books, listen to podcasts, or use social media, really. They can simply give their friends a call or schedule an in-person meet and greet.
What's more, friends have a way of developing, shall we say, a shared sensibility, which means people who have friends often have access to refined jokes that are perfectly tailored to their unique individual needs.
What use could someone with an active social life have for works of arts or entertainment?
That's right. Popular entertainment and art, even media products that are designed for a niche market, they're designed to be universally accessible on some level. They relate to what's average or common about us. It's like wearing a one-size-fits-all suit.
Whereas close friends, well, they have a sense of humor that is co-developed, which means when your friend makes you laugh, you're in a sense the co-author of their witticism.
Laughing with friends is like wearing a tailored shirt and showing up to cool bars around town. It's perfectly suited to your needs.
Now, if you seek connection, solace, or meaning in art or media products like podcasts, that means on some level you suffer from abject loneliness.
Even if you have friends, you will always find something lacking. There is always a small part of you that is holding back, but no conscious effort will really ever let you open up. It has to happen naturally, but unfortunately, your nature is to be alone. Your relationships, well, they will have their satisfactions, but they will follow a rigid and predetermined course, likely modeled after the very sitcoms and podcasts where you seek that true connection, but still never quite obtain it.
Which is why we made Up Close and Personal.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew and I, who have been friends since childhood, have a shared comedic sensibility that has been organically refined throughout the years. It has its basis in warmth, love, and mutual affection. This is not a media product. This is true friendship distilled in podcast form.
By listening in, you can feel part of it. Learn our inside jokes. Start talking like us. Replying to our tweets in our style, and even feel like we're people you know in your life.
Some of you will identify more with me if you're an alpha.
And some will identify a bit more with me if you're quite shy.
But, I don't know, really it's the dynamic that'll win you over after you've listened to a dozen or so eps.
Plus, you'll get to benefit from our connections to important figures in the comedy and music world, including Vic Berger, the guest on this app.
This podcast isn't about friendship. It is our friendship, distilled, as I said before, in audio form. Which means we're really taking one for the team here, in a way.
That's right. We are putting our friendship into this podcast as a gift to the world, which means that when this podcast finally ends, whether that's months or years from now, our friendship will end as well, and we will both wither and die.
Which is why I've been getting into 30 Rock lately. Perhaps a bit preemptively. But, I got to prepare for the lonely years ahead. Hey, you been watching anything good?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, mainly. Not much to complain about. The show's well executed.
Yeah, true enough. And, it actually shows up fine on my flat screen with no distortion or blur.
Nice.
Yeah, shows up real fine.
Are you talking about coitus?
Yeah. I catch episodes of TV during sex. It's a habit I picked up after reading about Netflix and chill on my socials.
Any interesting tidbits from recent sexual escapades that you can maybe share with our listeners, or what?
Sorry, I tend to keep that stuff private because I value honor.
You're right. It's dishonorable to talk about what goes on behind closed doors.
I mean, it's not like I signed a non-disclosure agreement or anything, but for me, one of the best parts of having sex with someone is being able to protect their reputation afterwards.
That's true. Yeah, it feels good to protect a sex partner's honor for a few days after getting out of the sack. Keep mum, and when friends ask what's going on in your life, say, "Oh, nothing."
Yeah, it feels good.
It feels great. Plus, the sex partner might hop back into the sack if you stay really quiet. Sex partners, well, they really like strong silent types.
Mm-hmm.
That's why as soon as we finish recording our episodes of Up Close and Personal, we're usually quiet as a church mouse.
Except when Candy comes into the mix.
Ha! Candy. Hyper mode activated.
If you have a sweet tooth, you're gonna love candy. It satisfies a certain craving for sweets.
It gets us hyper, and then we start running around like a chicken with its head cut off.
Tell me about it. You ate so many Smarties the other day. You were acting insane. Like a chicken with pretty much everything cut off.
Guilty as charged. I seem like something or other was sliced clean off. I was that hyper during Biden's inauguration.
There he was, Joe Biden, approaching his new home. And you're like, what's that? Who's this? What's going on?
I'm sorry. I must have been so annoying.
It's like, if you waited 1 second, you'd see what's going to happen next.
What did happen exactly? Did everything go okay with the inauguration? I admit I wasn't exactly paying attention.
You have to focus when we're watching inauguration on TV, my friend. These sorts of events don't happen every day.
Whatever. I'll just catch it again later on TiVo. But come on, Jay. Really, I'm not like asking you to spoil it or anything, but just tell me, like, did the inauguration go smoothly, or?
It went beautifully, my friend. At around 11 Eastern, arrivals were nearly complete at the U.S. Capitol ahead of the swearing-in ceremony. Among those announced over the PA system included former presidents Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, and Barack Obama, as well as the families of both Biden and Harris.
Damn. Imagine if the PA system was like, announcing those timeless creatives! Welcome!
Yeah. All right. Anyway, a few minutes later, Vice President-elect Kamala Harris and her husband, Doug Emhoff, arrived at the balcony of the U.S. Capitol and were greeted with cheers before the beginning of the ceremony.
Cheers?
You don't remember, Matthew?
I seriously don't remember any of this.
Oi, I distinctly remember you cheering along.
I guess I must have just been happy.
Fair enough. Anyway, yeah. So at 11:20, President-elect Joe Biden and future First Lady Dr. Jill Biden arrived at the balcony of the U.S. Capitol ahead of the swearing-in ceremony.
Welcome to the party, motherfucker. All this is for you.
He looked thrilled, but he and his wife stayed quiet as a church mouse at first. Senator Amy Klobuchar was the first to speak at the inauguration. In her speech, she actually referenced the Jan 6 riot at the U.S. Capitol.
Nice ref.
Yeah, it was a lit ref, for sure.
I feel like I kind of remember that part. Yeah, what did she say? It was like, when an angry, violent mob staged an insurrection and desecrated this temple of our democracy, it awakened us to our responsibilities as Americans. This is the day when our democracy picks itself back up, brushes off the dust, and does what America always does, goes forward. Yeah, like something about that speech just kind of really stuck with me, you know?
Now, what happened next is actually what stuck with me the most. Father Leo J. O'Donovan delivered the invocation before the swearing-in ceremony.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely go back and rewatch that part again on TiVo after this episode is done.
Okay.
Were there any other interesting writer-performers on the show?
Yes, in fact, Grammy-winning singer Lady Gaga performed the national anthem.
Wearing what exactly?
In a large red and navy blue gown. And then Andrea Hall, a career firefighter, recited the Pledge of Allegiance.
What else did she do?
Not much.
Well, I suppose if the event had been carpet bombed, a career firefighter would be good to have around.
Not if she's too busy reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
True enough. It's like, I pledge allegiance to the flag. Oi! Hey, what's this ruckus? Bombs to disrupt the event?
That would have sucked ass. But honestly, it wouldn't even have harmed the vibes that much, considering how good the event was. I mean, TBH, the event was extraordinary, and it entertained me till the cows come home.
What else happened?
Well, okay, one thing I liked was at around 3:50 Eastern, after the swearing in, etc., a virtual parade across America began being broadcasted. The event featured diverse and dynamic performances in communities across the country.
Damn. They broadcast it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for telling me what happened during the inauguration. Now I don't have to watch it.
Come on, no. That's like reading the Spark Notes version of Kill a Mockingbird. You haven't actually experienced it.
That's just my style. I take the easy route for most things and don't have much interest in much.
What about our guests we're interviewing today? Vic Berger? Are you interested in him?
Actually, yeah, I am. I'm a huge fan of his work, and I like the behaviors he engages in as a man as well.
And I hope you don't get too excited, because I think Vic has actually entered the room.
Really? Wait, when?
He's in here.
Really? You can see him? He's entered the room?
Vic's entered the room.
I'm straining to see Vic.
Yeah, I can't exactly make him out.
Make him out? You're trying to make out with Vic Berger, whose satirical dystopian mashups are the perfect response to our topsy-turvy world?
Well, not exactly, though I wouldn't say no. I just can't make out what he looks like at this moment.
He keeps blurring and receding into the distance.
It's too bad. I'd love to have him as a guest on the podcast someday. Like, I just can't get a good grasp on the guy.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Vic, hey! Yes, we can hear you. We just, can't exactly see you. Yeah, we can see you, sort of, just not crystal clear. We're kind of struggling to make out the details.
Vic, how's it going?
Yeah, we're just kind of struggling to make out the details right now.
All good, all good. How are you two doing?
Doing well. Thanks for agreeing to do the podcast.
No, thanks so much for having me. I've been looking forward to this for a while. You two knuckleheads are budding talents, and there's nothing as enjoyable as coordinating a time to talk remotely to two young men.
Welcome to our world. I had the same experience scheduling this conversation with you two. I knew for a fact that I was arranging a meeting with two guys.
It's interesting, no?
It is. I've been using my calendar to get more organized lately. I schedule things in there and make sure the events play out as planned with no deviation. I don't tolerate deviation or disorder anymore, ever since I became organized.
That's nice. There's a lot to be said for having your life together, huh?
Mm-hmm. Helps me manage the lives of my loved ones as well, or at least insofar as their lives are intertwined with mine. The other day, several loved ones were going for a hike overlooking the city. Thanks to iCal, I knew that after their hike, they'd have 2 hours before they had to get to bed.
Your loved ones had to sleep 2 hours after a hike?
Yep. My loved ones generally check their socials briefly at around 9 p.m. before turning their screens off for the rest of the night. They take a shower, then they listen to quiet music or read before finally hitting the sack. Though several of them do have insomnia, thanks to our anxious political climate.
Ugh, that blows. I wish the political climate was chill.
I'm sure it'll settle down. Just try and forget about it. Time heals all wounds, you know?
It's funny you mentioned that because several of my loved ones actually got wounded on their hike.
Oh, damn. Sorry to hear that. All good now, though, eh?
I hope whatever happened healed up.
Shouldn't come as a surprise that shit went down in the San Gabriel Mountains. 655,000 acres of rugged mountain terrain right in LA's backyard. From the ruins of turn-of-the-century resort hotels to the highest peak in the Los Angeles County, this region runs the gamut from easy walks to intense backcountry adventures. And obviously the possibility of injury is high.
Did they turn out fine and get healed?
Yep, the lacerations were minor anyway. And getting hurt on a hike isn't so bad, since the flora and fauna are stunning. Santa Anita Canyon is probably the most beautiful river canyon in Southern California. The Stellar Loop winds through a canyon dotted with historic cabins and 2 waterfalls, including 50-foot Sturtevant Falls. While the falls can be crowded, the trail above the falls is idyllic and serene, canyon floors covered in ivy. There are campsites there, not to mention junctions with longer trails. And you just won't be able to believe your eyes, because you're in Southern California.
Oh, that's awesome. I think I have been to it.
We smoked there.
We used to smoke up in the hills a decent amount, yeah. This is back in our teen years, of course, Vic. We smoked and enjoyed perceiving nature while high on smoke.
Oh, nice. What did you perceive?
I think we actually perceived a decent amount of loved ones on the trails. Hiking up, trekking down, no doubt about it. The people we perceived in the mountains were somebody's kin, or at least somebody's very close friends. Somebody down there in the city.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yep, I'm thinking it or that.
I'm thinking we hung out with, or at least smoked near, Vic's loved ones. Or we might have done that, possibly.
No doubt about it. We've probably seen your loved ones camping. It's just basic probability.
Neat. Same guys in my iCal?
If you put their work schedules in iCal, we've probably smoked near them as they walked by doing their thing.
I mean, that's incredible. Something to be grateful for, I'd suppose.
Yep. So, what else is new?
Suddenly changes the subject.
Oh, it's not that I'm uncomfortable with the subject. I just like to get to the heart of Vic and explore who it is he actually is and what it is he is all about.
I can explain that pretty succinctly if you want.
Well, that would deprive us of a job, no? Let's spend 20 minutes or so doing that. That way listeners can get their fill.
And 20 minutes isn't even enough time, really. Vic's a complicated guy.
Yeah, I'm flattered, but really it's the simple things in life that appeal to me.
Oh, simple things brighten your day?
More or less.
Simple like what? Any simple shit I should know about?
Berries.
I know about them. Uh, Anything else?
Walking barefoot in grass.
I think Jay's done that already.
Yeah, no, sorry, I have. But I guess this isn't really about me, is it? We're trying to get to know Vic, huh?
I was going to say.
Sorry, not sorry. My narcissistic ass needs to be checked sometimes.
Checks out your ass. Ooh, nice panties.
Matthew!
Another simple pleasure while we're on the subject. I used to like panties a lot as a teenager. They turned me on. So I looked at them when they were in the vicinity.
I have the same exact thing. Like, they're just underwear, but sexually, they're a simple pleasure for me.
I don't fancy them. Honestly, I just like what's underneath.
Oh, yeah, I remember that about you, Matthew.
Yeah?
Yeah, I remember you used to get really pissed off about panties.
Yeah, I was kind of immature back then. I satirized panties and bras in my comedy, actually, subjecting them to gallows humor, dark humor, and the like. I satirized them by calling them blockers or hiders, basically because they hide what cishet guys like to joke about in locker rooms.
Well, I like them. I also like dark chocolate, being lazy on a Sunday, and telling jokes till your side aches.
Oh, wow, now Vic's changing the subject.
I like yoga, stretching, depending on the day. And I like helping someone in need and making a sandcastle, depending on the day.
Some shit just depends on the circumstances of the time.
Yep. Even simple pleasures require a certain amount of calculation, hence the iCal app. For example, one simple pleasure I like is, seeing your debt shrink. I always schedule that pleasure for when I'm at office hours, do some episodes throughout the month. Never schedule it when I'm at Best Buy browsing the merch.
Imagine scheduling like taking a hot bath while you're at Best Buy. You'd laugh at what your calendar says.
Doesn't hurt to add jokes to your calendar, if they're actually funny.
Right.
Oh, and by the way, so far this podcast is really funny. I think it's going to be a good ep.
Have you ever heard other episodes, Vic? Or did you hear the beginning of this one from before you arrived?
I've heard a few other episodes. I listened to DJ Doug's Pounds and Tim Heidecker's, since they're coworkers. But I also checked out a few others, and they're all pretty good.
Thanks, Vic. We work hard to put out good episodes on a weekly basis.
They're a bit hard to stomach, to be honest. They're not easy listens. But each episode, to me, is well worth the trouble.
Well, thanks for the kind words, Vic. I'm glad that ultimately you found them rewarding.
I mean, yeah, they're hard to listen to because they're fairly positive. But there's something uneasy about the whole thing. Like you guys are speaking like an alien language or something. And same with the guests. But, with me, I like that sort of thing. I like art that challenges me, makes me feel uncomfortable, sick, and sometimes even bored.
It builds character.
And it does. And damn, this is so cool. We're actually talking right now about up close and personal on up close and personal. It's like meta. How cool is that?
Holy shit.
Hey, Vic, now your work can make people uncomfortable too. I'm sure people have pointed that out before, though you're probably well aware. That must be intentional, no? Your videos have a nightmarish vibe. It can't be denied that they have a nightmarish vibe, no?
I'd rather not talk about work. It's a bad habit I'm trying to get out of. When the workday's over, I put it away and just try to enjoy the rest of my day.
That's smart. You like your work, though? No?
Yes, I like working in media and entertainment. It's funny.
We work in the same field, and I like working in this industry as well.
Yeah, it's true. Some of the best people in the world work in media and entertainment. I'll admit it can be hard to have a good work-life balance. After all, when you're hosting a dinner party or a backyard barbecue, it's never a bad idea to invite a professional entertainer, which is why my wife and I often have office hours guests over at our home. Or rather, we will. We plan on inviting them over once this damn virus is over.
Oh, damn. Yeah. COVID-19, huh?
Yeah, COVID-19. The crisis was handled quite irresponsibly. Feels like the world has become Firefest, and it's like Firefest 2.0.
I couldn't have said it better myself. When I'm being entertaining at dinner parties with people in my bubble, obviously, I often jokingly liken the $600 stimulus check to the grilled cheeses at Firefest.
The grilled cheese tasted like... Come on, guys. The grilled cheese tasted like... they tasted like shit.
They tasted horrible. I mean, they tasted worse than they looked. When we got to Firefest, there was literally no one in charge at all. It was just total chaos. My friends and I were expecting an amazing music festival where we'd make memories that would last a lifetime. Well, we made memories all right, but frankly, pretty cruddy ones.
Sorry that happened to you, Vic.
When we finally got on a plane to return home, I kept thinking, I hope Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is real, because I'd love to delete those memories and never revisit them again. Going to Firefest was way worse than dating Kate Winslet for several years.
Damn. And she's actually a pretty decent actor.
Yeah, she's in a lot of Netflix movies. Check them out and they're good.
Oh, she's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know Netflix had licensed Kate Winslet movies yet.
Yeah, well, they have.
Anyway, it was an abominable experience, but I guess it's made COVID-19 a bit easier to handle, having gone through all that.
Right on. But I'm sure there are struggles. I mean, I know I have my struggles.
Of course, there's always going to be struggles.
What are you guys struggling with right now? Anything cool?
Let's switch over to the Patreon only section. I don't know if I want everyone and their Aunt Sally knowing about my personal issues.
Yeah, I don't mind opening up and being vulnerable. But if it makes good financial sense for you guys to paywall this, I'm fine with it.
All right. Yeah, let's paywall the remainder of the app. Not to make anyone feel excluded. It's just our current business model.
Yeah, and if any of you free listeners have a better idea, definitely let us know. I don't know, right now we're just really struggling to get this podcast out on a weekly basis while working full-time jobs, to be honest. And our relationships are kind of faltering too, to be quite frank, since we spend so much time working. It'd be nice if we could quit our jobs at some point or someday.
Yeah. So check out our Patreon and throw us a bone if you want to hear the rest of the app.
I guess I kind of already spilled the beans a bit about our struggles right now, huh?
It's all right. I have an idea for something else we can chat about.
All right.
Peace, y'all.
Let's talk about hypnosis.
That's random.
That was my idea. Damn. I was literally going to suggest we delve into the topic of hypnosis. Great minds think alike, no?
What about hypnosis? It's a bit random, no?
Sorry, we don't have to discuss it if it makes you feel uncomfortable.
It's fine. And yeah, I mean, I've definitely always been interested in it. For sure, like, hypnosis is interesting. Definitely. For instance, ever since I was a kid, I've always been obsessed with hypnotist behavior while they're on the job.
While they're on the clock.
Jay coming in strong with the dad jokes.
Yep, despite being barren or whatever.
The stuff hypnotists do while they're working is absolutely incredible.
You sound like you have some experience with them.
I used to see them all the time, every time while I walked to work. They'd always be walking about sort of aimlessly, sometimes lounging in the park. But every so often, they'd spring into life and begin hypnotizing, usually each other.
It sounds like it would make for a very exciting walk to work.
Yeah, it was fine. I was in the best shape of my life at the time. Plus, I learned a few tricks from the neighborhood hypnotists.
I thought magicians never reveal their tricks.
They don't. But hypnotists aren't magicians. There's a science to it. I can probably do a little hypnosis now if you guys want to see.
You bet we do.
All right, is it okay if I hypnotize both of you?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know.
I'm going to put you into a trance. Nothing crazy.
Jay, come on.
Okay. As long as you don't make me do anything too embarrassing or heinous.
Don't worry, I'm not going to do that.
Okay, I'm ready.
Do you guys have any pocket watches?
None whatsoever.
All right, I'm just going to use my keys then. Close your eyes. You're getting sleepy.
It's not working.
Shh.
Act like a dog. Wow. You're acting like dogs. You guys are treating me the way dogs do. Keep acting like dogs. Okay, good. Now we can go deeper. You're about to enjoy a very pleasant and very beneficial experience. First, be sure that you will not be disturbed. Second, remove your shoes or any apparel that will interfere with your physical comfort in any way. Third, now stretch out your back with your legs separated so that no part of your calves or thighs are touching. Keep feet separated at least 8 to 10 inches. Arms extended loosely and limply alongside your body. Palms facing downward and fingers limply outstretched. Once we begin, you can help by remaining quiet and passive. Our first goal is for you to become unaware of your body. You can best achieve that goal by avoiding movement. First thing I want you to do is fix your eyes at a spot in the ceiling overhead. Pick out any imaginary spot and stare at that spot without moving a muscle. Now take a deep breath and fill up your lungs. Exhale slowly. Sleep now. Now take a second and even deeper breath. Take in all the air that your lungs can hold. Exhale slowly. Sleep now. Now let your eyelids close down. Now your eyelids are closed down. Please leave them closed down until I ask you to open them again. You will always be able to open your eyes unless I were to give you a direct command and tell you that your eyelids are locked closed. And I don't intend to do that. Hypnosis is a state of mind, not a state of eyelids. Now I want you to mentally picture and imagine that you are looking at the muscles in the tips of your toes of your left foot. In your imagination, follow those muscles as they move to the back of the ball of the foot. In your imagination, follow those muscles as they move back into the ball of your foot. Back into the arch and all the way back into the heel. Now turn all those muscles loose. Let them grow limp and lazy, just like a handful of loose rubber bands. Now as the muscles begin to relax, just let your mind relax too. Let your mind drift where it will. Let your mind drift off to pleasant scenes in your imagination. And now, let the relaxation move on up into the ankle now. From the ankle all the way up to the left knee, calf muscles begin to grow loose and limp, heavy, so relaxed. All of your tensions are fading away. You're relaxing more and more with each breath that you take. Begin breathing more deeply now, just as you breathe each night when you're deep and sound in slumber. Just imagine you can see your breath as a white mist coming from your nostrils. Each and every time that you exhale this white mist, you are freeing yourself of tension, going deeper, deeper into drowsy relaxation. Now, from the knee all the way to the left hip, the long thigh muscles are turning loose, easing off, and just relaxing now. Now, as those muscles relax, just let go a little more, and gently, calmly, easily drift on over into a pleasant state of easy relaxation. Now let the wave of relaxation that started from the toes of your left foot, let it go onto the toes of the right foot, back into the arch, and all the way back to the heel. Turn all of those muscles loose and go deeper and deeper into relaxation. Into the ankle, the muscles let go. From the ankle all the way up to the right knee, the calf muscles are turning loose and letting go. You're relaxing more with each breath that you take.
With each sound that you hear, each sound carries you deeper, and sounder in sleep. From the knee all the way up to the right hip, the long thigh muscles grow limp and lazy. Now as those muscles relax, just go all the way down, deeper and deeper in drowsy slumber. Turn them all loose and go deeper in sleep. Now the wave of relaxation moves on up, right into the stomach now, into the solar plexus, the center of nervous energy. Each muscle and nerve lets loose the tensions, relaxing. You're drifting down deeper and deeper in sleep. Down, deeper in slumber. Up through the ribs, the muscles relax. Into the broad muscles of the chest. The muscles of the chest grow limp and loose and so relaxed. All of your tensions are fading away. You're relaxing now, more with each beat of your heart, going deeper and deeper into drowsy slumber. Into the neck, the muscles let go. All around the neck, the muscles relax, just as they relax each night when you're deep and sound in sleep. Turn them all loose and go deeper and deeper in slumber. Now let the relaxation start down your back, from the base of the skull to the base of the spine. Each muscle and nerve along the spine lets loose the tension, relaxing your drifting down. Deeper and deeper in sleep, down deeper in drowsy slumber. And the wave of relaxation spreads out into the broad muscles of the back, all across the small of the back, all across the back of the shoulders. Turn loose every muscle and every nerve in the back, and go deeper and deeper in sleep. Into the shoulder, the muscles let go. From the shoulders down to the elbows of both arms, the upper arm muscles are turning loose, easing off, and just relaxing now. From the elbows, down to the wrists on both arms, the forearm muscles grow limp and lazy. From the wrist to the fingertips of both hands, each muscle and nerve lets loose the tensions, relaxing and drifting down, deeper and deeper in sleep. Into the jaws, the muscles relax. The jaws are parting slightly, teeth not quite touching. All around the mouth, the muscles let go. Up through the nose, each nerve gives way. All around the eyes, the muscles are heavy, so relaxed. Even your eyebrows are relaxing now. Across the forehead, the muscles smooth out. Across the top of the skull, down the back of the neck, down through the temples, back around the ears. All of the muscles are loose and lazy, just like a handful of loose rubber bands. And you may feel now a pleasant tingling sensation in the tips of your toes, or in the fingertips. Pleasant tingling sensation, growing stronger and stronger now, as your entire body is being bathed in the pleasant glow of complete and utter relaxation. Now you are completely relaxed. Each muscle and nerve in your body is loose and limp and relaxed, and you feel good.
Now, I guess I'll just let these guys rest while I sneak off to listen to the ep we just recorded. I think it's actually a really funny one. One of the best up close and personal episodes yet. Peace, y'all.